We are today counting down 10 of the greatest Casio G-Shock watches ever made, the affordable, modern classic that launched a global shortage to the titanium flagship, hand-hammered and costly as a used car. Over 40 years, G-Shock has already demonstrated that toughness and technology can be used together, and the list presented here is the entire gamut, combining affordable icons on the one hand to the extreme on the other, what Casio can manufacture. Let's get started. Number 10. Casio G-Shock GA2100A1, affectionately nicknamed the CasiOak thanks to its octagonal bezel, closely resembling one of the luxury sports watches. The carbon fiber reinforced resin case is only 11.8 millimeters thick and is much slimmer and lighter than previous G-Shock models, whilst retaining the octagonal shape of the first GW B5000C, released way back in 1983. This hybrid analog digital watch comes with a 1:100-second stopwatch, world time in 31 smooth zones, perpetual calendar up to 2099, and 200 meters of water resistance in a blacked-out monochrome finish. By the time it was released, sales had been so great it caused a true global scarcity. It only costs less than $100 and serves as all the entry point to the G-Shock world. The recommended retail price is in the range of $991.40 USD. The Casio G-Shock GA2100A1. Number 9. Casio G-Shock GW B5600 takes the familiar square shape it used to have and gives it modern technology that could have been the stuff of a science fiction novel in 1983. It's the cheapest G-Shock to support both tough solar charging and multiple Bluetooth smartphone connection, allowing it to automatically synchronize its time with the G-Shock app to keep itself accurate, provide phone finder features, and the time of day in around 300 cities. Over the top of that is multi-band 6 radio-controlled timekeeping, i.e., it corrects itself based on atomic clock signals in 6 areas of the world. It is only 48.9 mm by 42.8 mm by 13.4 mm thick, making it easy to carry around, and the mineral crystal and waterproof capability of 200 meters do not make it any fragile, since it is equally strong as its all-digital predecessors. It is an indication that the connected technology of G-Shock does not necessarily require high cost. The price of the Casio G-Shock GW B5600 is around $1,560 USD. Number 8. G-Shock GMW B5000D, also referred to as the Full Metal Square, is a rebuilding of the legendary 1983 design that is entirely crafted out of stainless steel to the first time in G-Shock history. To create a shock-absorbing metal watch rather than a resin-based one was not easily achieved, and Casio was able to bypass this by adding phosphorescent cushioning into the space between the steel bezel and the case, and a redone 3-pronged lug mechanism that would absorb the impact. It has all the premiums that include tough solar and multiband 6 radio control, and Bluetooth smartphone connectivity, 1/100-second stopwatch, and 39 time zone world time. Dress-up and brushed finish also makes it look truly presentable, but not an ounce of G-Shock toughness is lost. And it was this watch that demonstrated to the world that G-Shock could even compete with traditional metal watches in their own environment. Casio G-Shock GMW B5000D costs about $556 USD. Number 7. Casio G-Shock MTG B5000 is the most sophisticated of all the MTG line. Based on a dual-core guard structure, it mounts the module into a case made of carbon fiber reinforced resin that is encased with a highly shaped stainless steel case back. The product is one of the slendest high-end G-Shocks ever produced, at a mere 12.1 mm thick, thinner than an old GW B5600 square. It still has tough solar power, multi-band 6 radio timekeeping, and Bluetooth connectivity to utilize a dual time feature to cover over 300 world cities, and a clock with a 1/100-second chronograph and a complete calendar to 2099. The package is completed with a sapphire crystal and interchangeable band system with interchangeable metal composite and soft urethane. It is a watch that strikes the right chord between seriousness in materials and materials that can be worn on a daily. The Casio G-Shock MTG B3000 has a price of about $1,200 USD. Number 6. G-Shock MTG B2000. with a monocoque case made of carbon fiber that directly interlocks with the case back and then is coated in a metal framework. This provides it with a more obviously metallic appearance to the previous versions of the MTG and removes a lot of weight of the design. In its practical features, it provides the tough solar charging, multiband 6 radio control, Bluetooth smartphone connection, dual-time display, 1-second stopwatch and triple G resist shock, centrifugal force, and vibration protection. Its bezel construction can be really striking in colorway, with multi-layered carbon with patterns reminiscent of Rainbow Mountain or plain metal using monochrome steel. It weighs large at 55.1 mm across and just under 16 mm thick. Yet reviewers will always comment on the balance and comfort levels of the size. Casio G-Shock MTG B5000 costs about $1,001 USD. Number 5. Casio G-Shock GW B5000. Gravity Master is constructed with pilots in mind, and it can be seen everywhere. It is that watch whose addition introduced the true GPS positioning to G-Shock, overlaying its multiband 6 radio reception and Bluetooth smartphone connectivity to what Casio refers to as three-way time sync. That is, the watch can rectify itself anywhere on the planet by which signal has the best signal strength. Another special feature called a mission stamp enables users to capture time and location readings with the GPS module, which can be then synchronized to a smartphone app in the form of a flight log. Latitude and longitude are directly shown on the dial at the 6 and 9 o'clock positions, with extensive use of carbon fiber in the case, and the band making the watch manageable despite its huge 57.1 mm width. Triple G resist construction and 200 meters of water protection means it can be hit by anything that may happen in the cockpit or everyday life. The GW B5000 Casio G-Shock is sold at an average of $800 USD. Number 4. Casio G-Shock GST B500, which measures only 12.8 mm thick owing to its carbon core guard construction, which combines a thin case made of a combination of carbon fiber created case with a stainless steel front case. Its dial layout is visually reminiscent of the GW B100, with the result being a sleek and contemporary look that can be easily read despite the inclusion of an entire array of analog digital features. Tough solar charging helps provide the watch with about 7 months of continuous use with one charge, and the use of Bluetooth connectivity can provide its auto time correction, date reminder, and time and place log through its Casio Watches app. Its waterproof depth of 200 meters and downsized button covers to make use of the device simple make it a watch that easily moves through the gym to the office. Here the GST is doing what it is best at, namely metal styling and the real-life utility. Casio G-Shock GST B500 will cost around $3,300 USD. Number 3. Casio G-Shock MTG G1000. Almost at the highest position on the MTG hierarchy is the Casio G-Shock, and it is its GPS hybrid wave scepter that makes it so high. In addition to multiband 6 radio signals, which allow it to receive signals transmitted by the GPS satellites to help it keep track of time, this watch can also correct its time to ensure that it is accurate almost anywhere on the planet. The core guard design uses resin and alpha gel shock absorption to ensure safety of the internals with a dual coil motor in the 6 o'clock subdial that lets the hands flick between home time and local time with a button press. Stainless steel elements that are polished by Salaz, an anti-glare crystal on the sapphire, and carbon fiber hour and minute hand are all indicative of seriousness in attention to detail. Instead, with a width of 58.8 mm and a thickness of almost 17 mm, the watch is an unashamedly large one, yet it carries the weight well. A G-Shock MTG G1000 would retail around $1,500 USD. Number 2. Casio G-Shock MRG B5000. The square shape of 1983 and takes it to the pinnacle of what MRG, the main competitor line of the brand, is capable of producing. The case and bezel are made of Ti64 super hard titanium alloy, the band of DAT 55G titanium 3 times harder than pure titanium, and the top of the bezel is made of cobarium, a cobalt chrome alloy that is approximately 4 times harder than titanium and has an equal amount of brilliance to the platinum. Its bezel alone is made out of 25 single-polished parts and assembled manually at the premium production line of Yamagata in Japan. It also features the same tough solar, multi-band 6 and Bluetooth feature that the GMW B5000 tolerance, but with a shock-absorbing multi-guard construction of silicone buffers and flat springs. It weighs only 114 grams, astonishingly light when it is made entirely of titanium, and it serves as the indication that a hooked-to-nonsal concept titanium watch of 1983 can be truly haute horlogerie. The price of the Casio G-Shock MRG B5000 is about $3,500, $4,000 USD. Number 1. Casio G-Shock MRG G2000 in its G2000 Hammertone editions, which are literally the most artisanal of all the toughness that Casio has ever made, in particular. The titanium case and bracelet are subjected to a deep hardening process, making them 5 times harder than standard titanium, and the bezel, center links of the bracelet are all hand-hammered by master Japanese craftsman Bihu Asano using Kasumitsuchimi, a metalworking process with a history stretching back over 200 years of use on samurai armor. There are no 2 watches produced that come out the same. The client behind that spectacular facade is the connected engine 3-way movement by Casio that synchronizes time through GPS, multi-band 6 radio signal, and the Bluetooth technology on smartphones, so it never takes it more than a few seconds to tell its owner the exact position of their location on the globe. It features 200 meters of water resistance, a 2-year power supply on full solar charge, and a sapphire crystal, a statement that leanly fits in a G-Shock, which Casio claims is its conclusive statement. Evidence that a G-Shock may be a work of art as much as it is an unbreakable instrument. Casio G-Shock MRG G2000 sells at about $7,400 USD, and some special editions are sold at over $10,000 USD.